After 20 years out of the spotlight, one of the 50's most memorable cartoon characters is making a comeback. He's green, made of clay, has big bug eyes and a slanted head. Can you guess? Yes, Gumby and his little friend Pokey the horse ride again.
Hey, this is Sleek, Gumby. Now we can really catch up with the other cars. Hang on, Pokey.
Who is Gumby? It's this green guy seen on TV.
I think he's a good role model for little kids.
Hey, Gumby, the bunnies are behind us now.
He's neat, he's cute, he's green.
I didn't know he was green. Does he come in all colors?
He was once a little green blob of clay. You should see what Gumby can do today.
He was once a little green slab of clay. Gumby, but you should see what Gumby can do today.
After years of almost virtual obscurity, the little green guy with the bug eyes and his pony pal Pokey are hitting the comeback trail. They are the creations of this man, filmmaker Art Clokey, who in the beginning had no intention of creating the most popular piece of clay on television.
He came into being almost by accident. It wasn't my intention to get into clay animation.
In the early 50s, Clokey, a student in the film school at USC, made this experimental film he called Gumbasia. It was meant to be little more than an exercise in animation, but it was to launch Clokey's lifelong career.
And I showed that film to Sam Engel at 20th Century Fox. And then he got up and paced back and forth in front of the screen and he said, "Art, can you make little figures out of that clay? I'd like to improve children's television and tell stories using little clay figures." This is how Gumby actually got started.
Nah, that's too small for you.
That's what you think.
Gumby and Pokey made their television debut on the Howdy Doody show in 1956 and soon went on to star in their own Saturday morning show on NBC, eventually being seen in 95 cities across the country. Gumby left the network and survived in syndication throughout the 60s. Then, in the early 70s, Gumby ran into trouble.
What kind of trouble?
The newer, flashier cartoons pushed Gumby and his pals into obscurity.
Oh, that is sad.
The resurrection of Gumby started a few years ago when Clokey was asked to do a retrospective of his work.
It's amazing, this Gumby revival. I can't really believe it. We went on a tour all the way to Chicago. It was quite a beautiful experience because wherever we went, my wife and I together felt that we were meeting the same family everywhere we went.
Sensing the resurgence of popularity gave Clokey the idea of merchandising Gumby paraphernalia, which includes everything from Gumby and Pokey dolls to watches, and of course, T-shirts.
We've carried Gumby items for the past few years, and in general, just even the regular Gumby and Pokey's done real well. We have a Gumby for President that seems to take people's minds off the seriousness of the presidential election, and the idea of Gumby for President seems like a lot of fun.
Gumby is proof that the secret to any comeback is to always be yourself, and above all, remain flexible.
Gumby just keeps going on and on. Many people think that Gumby represents the best in human nature.
You can bend Gumby, you can twist them, and oh boy, he just pops right back into shape. Better than a therapist. He's great, huh?
How can somebody say, "I hate Gumby"? I mean, he's a hard guy to hate.
Gumby, he's my fantasy man.
So stay tuned, boys and girls, for more adventures of Gumby as he